Call of Duty finally responds with a huge community update to address all of the issues and controversies surrounding Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Today we're going to talk about all the changes coming with the Season 2 update on January 28th, including changes that are already in the game and what that means for you, me, and all the other casual gamers out there. So they start off with a bird's eye view of everything they've been working on with updates on Ricochet Anti-Cheat, Warzone, multiplayer, and zombies. Ahead of Season 2's launch in Black Ops 6 and Call of Duty Warzone on January 28th, we're here to address the comprehensive feedback we've been hearing from our community in recent weeks and tell you what we're doing right now to improve the game. Members from the various development teams and studios dedicated to specific systems, modes, and functions across the Call of Duty franchise have provided insights below into how we're prioritizing what matters to our players today. So the comprehensive feedback, I take that and hope that that is all of the videos that we've been seeing on social media and YouTube about the frustration with the current state of Black Ops 6 and Call of Duty in general. And what they're saying is that from that, they have prioritized a list of things to work on, and that has been what they've been focusing on over the last couple of weeks. The list is here, and it starts with cheating and bans, ability to disable crossplay on consoles and ranked play, server issues, quality of life updates, and requested bug fixes. So right away, there are two things that stick out to me that are pretty interesting. One being this ability to disable crossplay on consoles and ranked play. I think that's going to be awesome. I think that's going to be really awesome for casual players like us. There's nothing more frustrating than getting stuck in a lobby that feels unbalanced or full of cheaters. And I think this is a big step forward in trying to remedy that. The other thing is requested bug fixes. That's interesting to me because why do we have to request the bugs to be fixed? I think what they're trying to say is that of all of the bugs that they need to fix, that they have to fix, what they're doing is prioritizing the ones that we report the most. So requested bug fixes, I look at that as like, of all the ones that they have to fix, of all the bugs out there that they absolutely have to fix, what they're prioritizing for Season 2 is the ones that we've been reporting the most of. So of all the bugs out there, the ones that we have been reporting the most of are already resolved by day one of Season 2 launch. Next, we have an update from the Ricochet Anti-Cheat team. But I want to take a second to say, if you're getting value from this video, please subscribe. I'm just a casual gamer like you, and I'm here to make space and community for all the other casual gamers out there. And to do that, I need 1,000 subscribers. One subscribe makes a huge difference for me right now, and I absolutely appreciate your support. So Ricochet goes on to say, instances of cheating in Call of Duty, particularly in ranked play across both multiplayer and Warzone, are frustrating and severely impact the experience for our community. We're here to tell you what's being done about it today and our plan for support throughout 2025. Live now are new layers of security and protection against cheaters in Call of Duty, as well as updates to protect the competitive integrity of the game. So the following is a list of everything that Ricochet has in the game that's live right now. And I do have to say that I jumped on a bit over the last couple of days to kind of see if I've noticed any difference. And I have to say that my gameplay has been pretty smooth as far as running into cheaters. I haven't really seen one. Typically in a session, I might come across 2 or 3. And so I jumped on, I played, I've been watching kill cams, and I haven't really noticed anything out of the ordinary. Maybe that's just my experience. And I've only been playing multiplayer and ranked play. I haven't played any Warzone. What have you guys been experiencing out there? Have you been playing? Have you noticed anything in the game, positive or negative? Let me know. So they go on to say, updated detection models for behavioral systems such as aimbotting and other data points, including account trust and hardware identifiers to target serial cheaters. Over 136,000 ranked play accounts banned since the mode launched. And enhancing cross-examination tools focused on reducing the time it takes to action accounts. So that would be like an internal thing that they are doing. So when you report somebody, it reduces the time that it takes for action to happen on that account. So from the time you report to the time that they look at it and maybe they ban, or maybe somebody's spam reporting, regardless, they're reducing the time it takes for them to address the issue, which I think is a good thing. New detection and warning systems for spam reporting by accounts. I think this is important. There's a note here. Malicious reporting is against the security and enforcement policy, which you can read online. There's a link for that if you guys want to check that out. It's important to clarify that when a user spams the report button in-game multiple times against a user, or someone uses a legal cheat tool to spam 10,000 reports, our system does not consider more than one single report from a player versus another, despite what cheat developers are telling players when they try to sell their illegal software. New detection and warning systems for repeat playing with cheaters' behavior. Note, when a cheater is banned, our system will detect other accounts it had regularly partied up with and raise flags for investigation to combat boosting and other cheater behavior. So if you're not familiar, combat boosting is where you pair up with a new account, and so you're teamed up with a new account. You play rank play. Because you're with a new account, you're going to play in an easier lobby, and that would give you an unfair advantage. So that's combat boosting in a nutshell and what they're doing to combat that. So that's everything that's in the game live right now, and I think this is good. Honestly, I feel like they are making an effort to combat the cheating, which I would classify as the number one problem in Call of Duty. It's something that impacts every single player, and addressing the cheating really improves the quality of life across the board. So I think this is the most important thing that they can address and do in order to make things in Call of Duty better. And it seems like this is a pretty good list, a pretty good start, but only time will tell whether or not we see a difference or feel an impact from these changes. They go on to list some things for Season 2, which include new and improved client and server-side detections and systems, major kernel-level driver update, improvements to driver security, reinforced encryption process, new tampering detection systems, and then Season 3 and beyond. A multitude of new tech, including a brand new system to authenticate legit players and target cheaters. Note, as we get closer to Season 3, we'll dive a little deeper on these systems. However, it's important that we don't provide too many details that could give cheat developers a peek behind the curtain. What do you guys think? Is this enough? Do you think Ricochet is doing enough to address these issues? Or should they be doing more? Is there something that should have been addressed in here that you didn't see, or that you'd like for them to work on? Let me know. Next, we have incoming Black Ops 6 updates. In addition to all the new maps, modes, and rewards coming on day one of Season 2, Treyarch has prioritized several gameplay updates, quality of life improvements, playlist changes, and notable bug fixes scheduled for Season 2 launch based on player feedback, as well as key updates to rank play. So these are all the changes that they made for day one of Season 2 launch. So day one, Season 2, these should all be in the game. So we're going to look at some of the ones I think are going to be the most impactful. Multiplayer, we have gameplay and quality of life updates. They have a weapon balance pass, bullet penetration updates, further reducing weapon motion when jumping, sliding, and diving with the dexterity perk equipped. All of those I think are going to be super impactful, especially the weapons balance pass. Right now, I feel like there's a few guns out there that are really powerful, like the Tonto and some of the marksman rifles. And then there's a couple of guns out there that just are pea shooters, like the footage you're watching. I'm using the GPR, and that camo grind was hell. I mean, it was like, I feel like you have to get that thing up to 32 before you actually start to feel like you're doing some damage. So I think a weapons balance pass will be super impactful and make a huge difference. Improving player visibility and kill confirmed by reducing the height of dog tags. That's something that's super annoying if you play a lot of kill confirmed. Simplifying, expanding requirements for several prestige calling card challenges. Don't really care about that. Later in Season 2, we're planning on adding an icon over an opponent's head when you shoot them if they have Warcry active, so you know they've got faster health regen. That's something that's not like a big change, but I think it is kind of nice just because you know that that's the reason that they survived the fight, and you're not playing against a cheater. So it's a small thing, but I think it's a nice thing. They have it in the game right now for stim shot, and I think it makes a difference for me because I'm like, oh, well, that person was using a stim, and that's why they didn't die. So they have some playlist changes here, but I think the most important one is planning a small maps mosh pit shortly after season launch for camo grinders. So this is not going to be available on day one. It will be available shortly after. What is shortly after? Is that a week? Is that a couple days? We don't know. But I think this is cool because keeping, playing all the small maps as opposed to just Nuketown and Stakeout would be way more fun, in my opinion, for the camo grind because, man, Stakeout is tired. Stakeout's tired and it needs a nap. And Nuketown, I don't care if I ever see Nuketown again, honestly. I really don't care about Nuketown. It's been overplayed on my playlist, and it's that one song that I just don't want to hear ever again. It's right there next to Shipment for me. And yeah, hey, here's a crazy idea. What about a new small map that's not Nuketown or Shipment? How about that? That would be great. So here's some new stuff for ranked play. We've heard the feedback from players about wanting the choice to toggle crossplay and rank play since its launch earlier this season. And in the spirit of improving the gameplay experience, we're returning to the way we've traditionally handled crossplay. Imagine that. So going back to the way it was before they messed it up. In Season 2, we are enabling the ability to disable crossplay for console players who want to compete only against other console players. I think this is great. I think this is awesome, and hopefully it works. They go on to say this is currently in testing and is planned to go live for both Black Ops 6 ranked play and Warzone ranked play during Season 2. I want to note that it says during Season 2 and not at the launch, so I don't think it's going to be live at the launch. I think this will be something that they're going to introduce, and then it says that we'll be monitoring closely and we'll consider further changes to prioritize the integrity of the ecosystem. And we'll have more details to share as we get closer to the launch of this feature. So when they do launch it, hopefully there will be some kind of release and they'll let us know what to expect and we can try it out. I'm definitely looking forward to that. The vote to forfeit feature is coming to Season 2 launch. This will allow players to vote with their team and end a match early if the team's getting blown out or if you've lost a teammate. This is something that's super frustrating. When you're playing ranked play and you lose a teammate or two, then all of a sudden you're just getting destroyed through no fault of your own. So I think this is a good feature and I'll be looking forward to it. They go on with the ability to rejoin ranked play matches is also planned for later in Season 2, which should help to ensure fuller teams and matches if players experience a disconnect. So, if there is a disconnect, you should be able to rejoin that match and hopefully your team will get a new team player or that team player will be able to rejoin the match and, won't be so lopsided. New Season 2 ranked play rewards will include camos for gold rank and up, Jackal PDW blueprint for 10 wins, and large decal for 100 wins. So some small aesthetic stuff here, but I think it's good that they're adding at least some new rewards for ranked. What do you guys think? Does that matter? Does it matter for you guys or not? Do you care about this stuff, the rewards in rank play or no? Let me know. So there is a small list for zombies, not a huge list here, but I think there's going to be a new zombies map at the start of Season 2 called The Tomb, and I've seen some screenshots of it, and I think it looks pretty cool. This is a part of their 115-day celebration. The team remains committed to putting player fun first, squashing leftover bugs, and keeping new zombies content coming throughout the post-launch seasons. In addition to challenge tracking and per mode HUD preset settings, upcoming zombies quality of life updates include co-op pause. So in matches where everyone is in the same party, the host will now be able to pause the game. That's kind of cool. Then we have away from keyboard kick loadout recovery. If a player is kicked for going away from keyboard in a co-op game, they'll now have their loadout, essence, and salvage restored when rejoining. So I think that's kind of cool too. Not a huge update to zombies, but some cool stuff, including a new map. And I think the new map looks sick. I really do. I'm excited for that. Before we get to the Warzone updates, I just want to take a second and say, if you're getting value from this video, please subscribe. I'm just a casual gamer like you, here to make space for all the other casual gamers out there. One subscribe makes a huge difference on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I absolutely appreciate your support. So let's talk about Season 2 for Call of Duty Warzone. We've made the decision to prioritize focus on gameplay tuning, adding more quality of life, and addressing ongoing bugs. This means that in order to deliver meaningful improvements to our players, new content originally planned for Season 2 has been shifted to create bandwidth to address foundational issues. These improvements won't come all at once, rather they'll be staggered across the season and with quite a few quality of life changes coming mid-season. Our priority is having the most solid foundation that Battle Royale can offer and are excited for players to see it all live. Does this feel a little pointed to you guys? It seems, I don't know, seems kind of pointed to me. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. What do you guys think? I mean, obviously, if they're trying to make these improvements to the base game and adjust the quality of life, I wouldn't expect any new content to come out before that they get these things fixed. And honestly, I would rather have them focus on that than release new content, especially if the new content is not, working. So I'm all for them delivering meaningful improvements and, taking the new content and pushing that down the line later. I'd rather have a working game than a broken game with a bunch of content that I just don't care about. For the update to weapons, we have reload speeds are faster for all weapons, anywhere from 5 to 20%. Reduced penalty when sprint to fire, jumping from 35 to 10%, and increased jump ADS speeds by 25%. The intent there is to find that middle ground of being able to pull off jump shots without it being the meta movement strategy. Adjusted bullet penetration across most materials. Weapon swap speeds increased by 10%. And removed burst and semi-auto rifles and low rarity pistols from ground loot, allowing for more confidence in knowing how your weapon will fire when you pick it up. I think all those are really good for weapons and gunplay for Warzone. I think that's going to be a great improvement. Should make things a little bit smoother and a little bit faster, which is good. And I also think that even the change of removing the burst and semi-auto rifles, picking one of those things up and not realizing it can really, that could just ruin you. So I think that's a good change. For movement, they've increased both jump speed and successive jump height with one unmodified successive jump. Increase the speed of the parachute cut animation, making cutting a parachute and readying your weapon significantly faster. Increase player velocity when landing from a cut parachute land for smoother transition into full sprint. All this movement is good. This is all good for the game. I think it's going to make things smoother and faster for gameplay. And those are going to be big improvements for Warzone. For audio, reducing reverb effects to improve directionality of movement audio produced by other players, footsteps, ascenders, and parachutes. This will be huge if they can fix it, but they need to follow through on it. Reducing reverb, I don't know how much that's going to improve the directionality of movement, but hearing people's footsteps in the game is vital to the success of you as a player in the round, and hopefully this improves that. For perks, combat scout pings replaced with an outline that is not visible through walls. That's awesome. Added new default perks. Dexterity, the weapon component, has been increased in effectiveness and made default for all Warzone players. As mentioned above, we've replicated the effect of quick grip gloves and fast reload via weapon adjustments. Mountaineer returns as a perk in slot 1, and then Veteran now significantly reduces the damage ticks of gas grenades. For equipment and kill streaks, Munition Satchel now only provides one additional item, down from 2, to address overstocking and spamming equipment. This is awesome because there's nothing more annoying than getting shock charged and flashed and concussed multiple times. I'm sure you've seen it on socials, and I don't know if you've ever experienced it in the game, but it's really annoying. Maximum deployed tacticals and lethals reduced to 2 each. Gas grenade radius duration and movement penalties reduced. Spy camera's outline effect no longer renders through walls, and then advanced UAVs will now show elevation arrows. And then we have a laundry list of bug fixes here that they've kind of just generally addressed. And literally, if you look at it, it just says addressed. I think that's a little too general for to go through all these. It just says, they've addressed map and gameplay issues, weapons and equipment issues, and perks and contract issues. If you want to read what they've addressed, you're welcome to. It's so general, and I'm not sure what addressed means. Like, they're looking at it. Did they fix it? Did they not fix it? So I'll just put that here, and if you want to go through it, you can read it. They finish with a kind of a bit of a looking ahead. We have ambitious plans and plenty of new content coming to Call of Duty in 2025, and you have our commitment that what's been outlined above is only the next phase in a series of ongoing updates with one mission in mind, making our game secure, social, and fun. To me, this seems like they're at least trying, or at least interested in trying on addressing all of the issues that we've had in the last couple of months here with Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, and Warzone, zombies, the state of Call of Duty in general. And I don't know, do you guys feel like this is a good start? Do you feel like they're doing enough here? I personally would have wished that we would have gotten some kind of communication a little bit sooner than now. I understand, with the holidays and everything, that might have been difficult, but a little bit of communication goes a long way. I think there's a lot of good stuff here. And maybe I'm just being optimistic, but I think this is a good sign. I'm really rooting for this game to be awesome with the Season 2 update coming. I hope that it's a success. Plain and simple, I love Call of Duty, and I want to see it succeed. I truly do. And really, the ball is in Activision's court, and we'll see what happens after the Season 2 update, and hopefully it all works out. What do you guys think? Do you have high hopes for this update, or do you think it'll just be more of the same? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I mean, I love talking anything and everything Call of Duty or video games in general, really. And that's why I'm here. I love being a part of this community. I love hanging out. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. One subscribe makes a huge difference on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I absolutely appreciate your support. I hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll catch you next time.